Iselmilkom eżis-semmija ta' Radju Marija u nistedinkom għal programm ieħor mis-sensiela Naturali. Programm imtella minn Radju Marija b'kollaborazzjoni ma' BirdLife Malta fuq kitba ta' Jason Aloisio. Passoltu nibdew il-programm tagħna bl-intervista tal-ġimgħa. Fl-Ingilterra u f'pajjiżi oħra ħafna studenti wara li lestu l-istudji universitarji tagħhom imorru jagħmlu xogħol volontarju biex jgħinu f'qasam li jkun jinteresshom u anke biex jiksbu l-esperjenza li tgħinhom fil-karriera tagħhom. Hekk għamlet Caroline Gittins li wara li gradwat bdiet taħdem sakemm ġemmet biżżejjed flus biex tmur fil-gżejjer Cape Verde fejn għamlet ħidma volontarja ma' grupp li jipproteġi l-fkieren tal-baħar. Nisimgħu aktar dwar il-ħidma li wetqet fl-intervista li għamlilha Jason Aloisio.
Cape Verde is a hotspot for sea turtles. There are thousands of sea turtles which nest on the beaches of this group of islands. Which species are they?
The species is loggerhead. The Latin name is caretta caretta. And they're attracted to the island because it's a plentiful food resource for them. They have a very, by the name loggerhead, they have a very large head for turtles. And they eat, they're omnivores, so they will eat the plankton and algae, but mainly the crustaceans and invertebrates. So they need to have a very strong jaw, thus being called loggerheads.
Is this species of turtles found only in the Atlantic where the Cape Verde are, or is it more widely distributed?
Their distribution's global. You'll have populations within most of the seas around the world.
Even the Mediterranean?
Yes, yeah, they visit the Mediterranean. Obviously, recently Malta's had a loggerhead nest here, so they are present in the waters. It's not very common in Malta because they really need to have the sand to dig the egg chamber. And obviously, sandy beaches are a premium in Malta, but you do get them present here. But primarily, they're going to be nesting in the west coast of the Atlantic. But they're in the eastern Cape Verde, which makes it a special location, particularly.
And considering that they're very common on Cape Verde Islands, I don't think there's a shortage of sandy beaches on these islands.
No. To the east of the archipelago, they're typically very dry, sandy islands. So you have very popular nesting locations in Sal, Boa Vista, and St. Nicholas Islands.
The reason why I asked you for this interview basically is because you have quite a good experience of what goes on these islands regarding the turtles, because unfortunately they are facing quite a lot of problems. Mm-hmm. Can you explain what these problems are?
Mm-hmm. I think primarily the main problem is that in the past, because the islands are so isolated, they've been a very readily available food source. So every summer, the females will crawl up the beaches and nest, which makes them kind of an easy target for anyone that's on the beach that needs, protein. So hunting was the main reason the NGO was on the island, as it was a huge problem. But typically across the globe, you get the same issues of them being caught in fishing gear offshore and marine litter, the pollution in the sea. Yeah, so that, or, natural predation. So the main issue was hunting.
And they catch these turtles, they kill them. It's not for their shell to sell, it's for the meat which they consume.
Yes, so they target the nesting females for the meat rather than the eggs. They don't seem to be interested in eating the eggs like in other places around the world where turtles might be targeted purely for the eggs. Going
back in the years, traditionally sort of, how big was this problem?
It was vast. The lady that set up the NGO visited for, I suppose, like a diving experience, but explored the island and the beaches and just saw how bad the impact of hunting was. There was a lot of empty shells and kind of the skeleton remains of turtles that had been targeted and hunted. So at the back of the beach, there's a lot of sand dunes with shrubs rather than grasses. And it was a little bit like a graveyard for turtles. So that's what prompted the NGO to be established.
Which is called SOS Tartarugas, isn't it?
Yes.
And
yeah.
tartarugas is the Portuguese word for turtle,
yeah.
similar to Italian tartaruga. What does this organization do to protect sea turtles? Is it a local base with local people, or is it mostly staffed by foreigners as well?
So it was a mixture of both. So I was one of the international volunteers. They came from all corners of the world, but the main bulk of the staff was actually Cape Verdean. So we had Cape Verdean rangers, which is really important because you've got the Portuguese Creole language, which not many people have from outside of the islands. So we were very, very closely linked with the local community there.
What work do they do to protect the sea turtles? First of all, is this killing of sea turtles legal?
No, it's illegal, but
so
it's
on paper
not
it cannot
policed.
be done.
Yes, written down somewhere it's illegal, but it's not getting enforced. So that's unfortunately why the NGO was established, because there was no enforcement on the beaches or anywhere, and so the main objective and priority was to protect the nesting females, because that's what was getting targeted. So the way that was done, you'd be paired up with a Cape Verdean and you'd patrol the beaches through the night, because that's when they come up and nest. And just having that presence on the beach really, really did make a huge difference. Because it is illegal, so if you are presented, to the police, it's a huge problem. They can't afford the fines. So they really did respond to having that presence on the beach. But it also meant that we were out there with the turtles, and we could actually collect scientific data and understand the species a lot better, and create a database on all sorts of things, which is only ever going to strengthen the protection of the species.
Apart from this patrolling, which acts as a deterrent for those who try to get these sea turtles, is the organization SOS Tartarugas involved also in educational work, maybe help trying to make the local people more aware and appreciative of these fascinating animals?
That was actually my role. So my role was again, it was an education role. So there was some tourism on the island, and if you were respectful of the turtles and you kept your distance and you didn't use white lights on the beaches and you were quiet, you could watch the turtles come up and nest. So my job was to take either locals or groups of very small groups of tourists, maximum 8 or 10, out on the beach for a couple of hours to see them. And it was great. So for 6 months, my job was to just talk for 3 hours about sea turtles to people that were fascinated. And it was a really fantastic experience for me and the people watching. Yeah.
So this phenomenon of getting all these thousands, I think, of turtles coming on the beaches to nest, obviously attracts the tourists as well. If done properly, without harming the turtles, would it help the local economy as well? Are the people aware of this? So
this was a new kind of understanding that was growing in the younger generations, that if you leave the turtles to come and nest, the population's going to remain. So the tourists are going to, the business, the seasonal business of tourism will remain as well, because There was popular diving there, people that were generally interested in water sports. So that was a strong draw of tourism, was for surfing and kite surfing. And, you know, anyone with a passion for the sea did seem to arrive on Sal. So the turtles, they were understanding that the turtles need to stay and be protected and would support us. So the hotels would steer locals or tourism towards us to be guided responsibly. But we also had project in one of the schools as well, so where we would get Cape Verdean speakers in to educate them about the turtles. So you've got a good change in perception on what the turtles are for. They can help the economy rather than just eat them, you know.
You spent 6 months on the islands doing this work as a volunteer. So you didn't go back home as a rich person.
No.
But what did you gain from the experience?
So much. It was great. I'd never had the typical gap year before university. So my bachelor's was in ocean science, so a bit like marine biology. And my concerns have always been for the environment. That's where I've always wanted to steer my career. So I knew that I needed to get conservation experience. So I had worked for a year previously to get the savings to enable me to go. Because it was a very grassroots charity. It was really on the ground. It wasn't commercial. There's a lot of charity experiences, I would say in inverted commas, where you spend a fortune to go for the novelty for maybe 1 month. And the money might not necessarily be going into the right place. So I wanted to go for a very local, small NGO. So I knew that my experience was directly benefiting the original cause of the NGO, which is led me there, because it wasn't commercial. It was a real charity, you know.
One last question, Caroline, very briefly. Do you think the conservation status of turtles has improved with the work of SOS Tartarugas?
Yes, definitely. The presence of hunting and them actually successfully capturing a turtle really was very rare, actually. They really responded to the education programs and the fact that we were working with Cape Verdeans. There was more respect. Obviously, with any NGO, you're going to get friction within the community, as it tends to go against the grain of a culture sometimes. But we weren't there telling them, you know, how to live their lives, just providing an alternative perspective when we went to the schools. And no, it was very successful. Yeah, it was a really, really good, worthwhile experience working there, because you could see the impact you were making was positive on a daily basis, and it was very rewarding. But for me, but the turtle population is going to stand a chance of remaining there, which is the whole point. They keep them returning every summer.
Ora dik l-intervista naddu issa għad-diska tal-programm għallum. Illum id-diska hija waħda Maltija li bija Mark Tonna rebaħ il-Festival l-Anja tal-Poplu fl-1996. Id-diska jisima Allerġija għal-bnedmin u b'nota umoristika hija titratta għatta problemi ambjentali, lokali u internazzjonali. Il-kompożizzjoni u l-lirika huma ta' René Mamo. Nisimgħu flimkien.
Ballin il-mħumedda kollha ħdura, long noħolmu bi proġetti kbar. Niġru nimpustaw l-applikazzjoni lill-awtorità tal-ippjanar u l-kampanja kollha fjuri u ħdura. Issir kampanja ta' pubbliċità għax lukanda kbira sejrin nibnu u kumpless li bħalu ħadd mara u d-dinja ddur minn jum għal jum. Ma kull tidwira żżid il-geddum qabdi tas-sola issila snin. Daqta' bada allerġija għal bnedmin. Ixtajt ittallimna kif inniġsu Il-ħut ħarab tilef il-kuraġġ ħankerrit zira kif dabbar rasu għax ġol baħar ħireċ id-dranaġġ fil-pajjiżi kbar ix-xmajjar waqfu qed jimtlew biskart ma nafx x'inhu Straus ġo qabru tajġ kemm qed jitqalleb għax qed jgħidu d-Danjub m'għadix blu id-dinja ddur minn jum għal jum ma' kull tidwira żid il-geddum qabdiet għas-sola issila snin daqta' bada allerġija għall-bnedmin Irnexxilna wkoll it-temp inħawdu l-istaġun itħablu sew xulxin Donnu s-sajf m'għadux bħassju f'tadari u għandna xtiewi ta' bil-ħaq mixfin Issa wkoll ċarratna l-atmosfera qalu fiha toqba hemm daqsix u hija ħasra jien kuljum nispera Nimmen fuq ix-xemx ma tbaskatniex u d-dinja ddur minn jum għal jum ma' kull tidwira żid il-geddum qabdiet għas-sola issila snin daqta' bada allerġija għall-bnedmin u d-dinja ddur minn jum għal jum ma' kull tidwira żid il-geddum qabdiet għas-sola issila snin daqta' bada allerġija għall-bnedmin
U wara dik is-silta inkomplu brokna oħra fil-programm tagħna illum. Fiż-żjarat li qegħdin nagħmlu lis-siti ta' Natura 2000 f'pajjiżna illum imiss li ninżlu sa wiet il-għasel. F'dan il-wiet li jgħaddi mill-Mosta insibu rikkezza naturali li sfortunatament qiegħda tbati mill-iżvilupp u problemi oħra li qegħdin jolqtu ħażin lil din il-lokalità. Nisimgħu aktar dwar dan is-suġġett permezz ta' feature miktub minn Elizabeth Conrad.
Fis-sensiela ta' dawriet li qegħdin nagħmlu mal-Gżejjer Maltin sabiex niskopru postijiet interessanti għan-natura, tid-darba se mmorru fl-inħawi tal-Mosta u ninżlu f'wiet il-għasel. Hawnhekk se nagħtu ħarsa wkoll lejn grupp ta' widien li f'xi partijiet għadhom naturali mhux ħażin. Dawn il-postijiet huma importanti mhux biss bħala habitat naturali, imma wkoll bħala postijiet sbieħ fejn wieħed jista' jmur passiġġati biex igawdi n-natura. Qegħdin li ħanitkellmu fuq wiet il-għasel, però wiet il-għasel huwa biss wieħed minn setta widien li jmissu ma' xulxin. Dawn il-widien bejniethom jaqsmu medda sew ta' Malta. Is-sistema nistgħu ngħidu li tibda minn ħdejn ħaddingli b'wiet Limu u b'wiet il-Busbies, wiet l-Emiri u wiet Omor ħdejn ir-Rabat. Dawn jingħaqdu f'wiet il-Fiddin li mbagħad isir wiet il-Qleja li hu magħruf l-aktar għall-erja ta' Chedwick Lakes. Wiet il-Qleja ikompli jserreb biċċa ġmiela u jsir wiet l-Isperanza fid-daħla tal-Mosta. Imbagħad dan isir magħruf bħala wiet il-għasel fejn isir iktar wiesa'. Wara li jħalli l-Mosta, wiet il-għasel jingħaqad ma' wiet għajn riħana li jkun ġej min-naħa tal-Bidnija. U dawn jispiċċaw fl-art ċatta ta' ħdejn Burmarrat. Imbagħad jingħaqad magħhom wiet Annotta u fl-aħħar jisbukkaw fil-baħar fis-Salini. X'aktarx li dawn il-widien iffurmaw żmien twil ilu meta l-klima ta' Malta kienet ferm differenti minn tal-lum u meta kienet tagħmel ħafna iktar xita. Dan nafuh għaliex ma jistax ikun illi widien fondi bħal wiet l-Isperanza u wiet il-għasel jitħaffru bl-ammont żgħir ta' xita li tagħmel f'Malta llum il-ġurnata. Fil-fatt, Dawn il-widien illum ma jżommux ilma matul is-sena kollha, imma fil-ftit xhur tax-xitwa biss. Fil-widien tal-Mosta nsibu diversi ambjenti naturali interessanti. F'xi partijiet insibu l-makja b'siġar bħal ħarrub u arar, arbuxxelli u pjanti mdaqsin bħat-tenut tas-siġra, is-salvja tal-Madonna, il-ħannewija u l-garni, kif ukoll pjanti li jixxebilku bħal-liedna. F'partijiet oħra jiddomina x-xari bi speċi bħas-satar u l-erika. Fost il-pjanti rari li nsibu hawnhekk hemm il-putorja, il-felċi tal-ħitan tas-sejjieħ, l-ansa rikħar u l-orkida piramidali ta' Malta. Fix-xitwa f'dawn il-widien jifforma ambjent verament rari f'pajjiżna, l-għadajjar u n-nixxijat tal-ilma ħelu. F'dan l-ilma ma jinqsux il-flora u fawna speċjali li wkoll mhumiex komuni, fosthom il-gamblu tal-għadajjar u l-gamblu tal-elmu. Insibu wkoll insetti inklużi speċi magħrufin biss minn dawn il-widien, jew minn ftit postijiet oħra fil-Gżejjer Maltin. Ħafna safar ukoll iħobbu l-widien għax joffrulhom ken fil-blat, fis-siġar, fil-ħaxix u fl-arbuxxelli u sintendi l-ikel bħal frott u insetti. Fost dawn insibu l-bufula tal-olliq u r-rożinjol fil-qiegħ tal-wied, il-kuda u l-bufula ħamra fix-xari u l-makja, it-sakak tad-delħ dejn in-nixxijat u anke xi gallozz iswed fejn jinġabar l-ilma. Għatfadar ukoll xi ftit pari tal-Merill. F'dawn l-aħħar snin beda jbejjet ukoll ir-rundun fl-inħawi tal-pont ta' Witil-Għasel. Matul is-snin diġà ntilfu diversi speċi minn dawn il-widien u anke widien sħaħ sparixxew bħal wid fileb li nqered bil-barrieri. Għalkemm il-widien tal-Mosta llum huma skedati, jiġifieri imħarsin minn żvilupp, b'dana kollu Witil-Għasel qed jiġi meddet minn żviluppi ġodda. Xi wħud minnhom qegħdin ikomplu jirfinawlu l-karattru u l-valur naturali tiegħu. Irridu niftakru li dawn il-widien mhumiex importanti biss għall-annimali u l-pjanti li jgħixu fihom, imma anke għax jipprovdu lilna l-bnedmin bi green areas fejn nistgħu ingawtu ftit tal-ħdura u kampanja. Għalhekk importanti li jiġu mħarsin sew.
Mażul ix-xemx joħorġu jtiru dawk l-annimali żgħar magħrufin bħala frifet il-lejl. Kif taħseb li tafu dawn mhuma frifet xejn iżda mammiferi li jakkwistaw il-ħila tat-titir. Fis-sensiela tgħid ħmerijiet miktuba minn Desiree Falzon se nisimgħu dwar superstizzjonijiet u twemmin fieraħ li l-bniedem rabat ma' dawn l-annimali. Taqra lina Caroline Camilleri.
Meta kont għadni studenta, niftakarni nistudja bl-amment listi twal ta' similis, frażijiet li fihom ħaġa titqabbel ma' oħra. F'xi wħud minnhom jissemmew l-annimali bħal ngħidu aħna as busy as a bee u as strong as an ox. Oħra li niftakar hija as blind as a bat. Naħseb li kulħadd jaqbel li n-naħla hija nsett bieżel u l-barri u annimal b'saħħtu. Imma veru li l-farfett il-lejl u għama. Lanqas xejn. Veru li l-frifet il-lejl għandhom għajnejhom żgħar ħafna. Imma dawn xorta jużawhom. U jużawhom biex jaraw f'ħinijiet meta ma tantx ikun hemm dawl. Jiġifieri ma labex, matul il-lejl u mas-sebħ. Il-frifet il-lejl għandhom sens ta' smieħ straordinarju. U iktar jużaw dan mill-vista biex isibu t-triq u l-priża fid-dlam? Imma dan ma jfissirx li huma omja. Naħseb min ħareġ bis-simili as blind as a bat ma tantx kien jifhem fil-frifet il-lejl. Hemm ukoll grupp ta' frifet il-lejl kbar jgħidulhom fruit bats. Dawn itiru binar. jieklu l-frott, għandhom għajnejn kbar u jaraw tajjeb ħafna. Il-fruit bats jgħixu kważi kollha f'artijiet tropikali u f'Malta ma jiġux. Ejdu ieħor li kont nisma' fuq il-frifet il-lejl huwa li waqt li jkun itir dan l-annimal żgħir jista' jitħabbel max-xar twil. Ara kif jista' jkun li annimali kapaċi jinduna b'nemusa ttir u jaqbada, mhux se jinduna b'ras xar ta' bniedem. Ja ħasra, kemm biża' żejjed joħolqu dawn il-ħlajjiet li ma jġibu xejn ħlief tmerrija bla sens u persekuzzjoni. Farfett il-lejl wieħed kapaċi jiekol mal-1000 nemusa matul il-lejl, imma donnu l-benefiċċji bħal dawn ftit jiġu apprezzati.
Nadu għalla ħarrokna fil-programm tagħna llum x'nistgħu naraw bħalissa. Meta jidher iż-żanżarell tat-tikki nistgħu ngħidu li l-passa tar-rebbija tkun waslet fit-tmiema għaliex dan l-asfur żgħir fost tal-aħħar li jitla lejn l-Ewropa mill-Afrika biex ibejjed. Fih daqs tal-bejt huwa kompletament gris b'sider aktar ċar miksur b'daqqiet skuri. Ir-raġel u l-mara ma jintarfux minn xulxin. Din li se nisimgħu il-għajta ta' dan l-asfur li tixbaħ xi ftit li tseksik tal-Peter Ross. Iħobb jintasab fuq xi ħajt jew ferra minn fejn jassess għal xi insett li kif jilmħu jtir warajh biex jaqbdu jieklu. Imbagħad aktar iva mill-lej jerġa' jintasab fuq l-istess ferra biex ikompli jassess għall-insetti. Ta' kull sena għal żgħir ta' pari jbejtu f'pajjiżna l-aktar f'siġar kbar ta' żnuber u kultant ma' xi binjiet ukoll fosthom it-tinda li hemm il-Buskett u l-Mużew tal-Istorja Naturali fl-Imdina. L-aktar li jinstab ibejjetu fil-Buskett, fil-ġnien ta' Howard quddiem l-Imdina, fiċ-ċimiterju tal-Oddolorata u f'Taqali. Fl-imoddi jingħad li rari ħafna li kien ibejjed f'Malta, iżda f'dawn l-aħħar snin l-attapari li jbejtu beda jiżdied u kull sena qiegħed jinstab ibejjed f'lokalitajiet ġodda. Il-bejta tkun għamla ta' skutella żgħira mibnija pulit bil-ħuxlif u l-ħaxix nixef u b'kisjan qbut u rix minn ġewwa. Fija l-mara tbit sa' 5 bajdiet lewn il-krema b'ħafna tikek u daqqiet ħamranin. U b'dan it-tarif verament interessanti wasalna fit-tmiem ta' programm ieħor Naturali. Ifakkarkom li dan il-programm li huwa produzzjoni ta' Jason Aloisio huwa mtella minn Radju Marija b'kollaborazzjoni ma' BirdLife Malta. Jiena Rosalba, nirringrazzjakom e nagħmlu l-appuntament magħkom għal bħallum ġimgħa għal programm ieħor bħal dan Naturali.